What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I had to address this for the critics and the people who left me comments, so I'll address it in this video. It's regarding Amir Khan. Some people say, "Oh, Ego, you're being too hard on Amir Khan." You know, in my response, shut the fuck up. Really, these people, celebrities, they're put in the public eye. It is what it is. That comes with the territory. So you gotta take the good with the bad. I'm a vocal person. I'm brutally honest, and that's all that this is. Some people say otherwise. Oh, I hate him. I don't hate Amir Khan. I watch his fights. If I hate him, then I wouldn't support anything he does. If you know anything about me, I would just try to starve him. I don't hate him. It's just I call people on their bullshit, and it's no different from anyone else. If I was making hip hop videos, Kanye West is a person who, to me, his music has suffered and fell off. When he first came out, I was really into Kanye. Like I liked his music and whatnot, where he was going. His first 3 albums were really solid, and then he kind of, after his mom's died and everything, he kind of fell off and started going crazy with paparazzi and mugging in every photo and calling himself and comparing himself to Jesus. So it's no different. If you're in the public eye, then you're gonna be under scrutiny. Same thing when I make these videos. I make these videos. Some people call me a bitch and tell me to shut the fuck. Ego, shut the fuck up. I'll kill you. Like somebody said he's gonna find me and kill me. All kinds of stuff. So it comes with the territory when you vocalize your thoughts and you're in the public eye. People are going to have their opinions. Like I said, I do videos. Some people don't agree with what I have to say, even though I support my points. And we're different people, and that's what makes us all unique. But as far as Amir Khan, I just call him how I see it, and I call it straight down the middle. You got a guy in Kell Brook who there's been a fight brewing for years, literally years, and the rivalry's there, the money's there, and your best excuse for not to fight him is that he hasn't beat anyone and he doesn't have a title. Motherfucker, you don't have a title. And the blatant hypocrisy and like double standards are fucking ridiculous. Floyd Mayweather was potentially thinking of a Khan fight. Some of you guys would sit on my channel, leave numerous comments. I don't know. That's the other thing with commenters. A lot of times the commenters, you guys put your comments in all caps and exclamation marks or leave it 3 times. Like I seen it the first fucking time. It doesn't make your point any more valid that you yelled it or that you left it 4 times. Anyway, some of you guys were on my page like, oh, Amir Khan, and that's speed versus speed, and you were making a real case for Amir Khan. Guess what? The Floyd Mayweather fight is the same situation as what Khan's bitching at Kell Brook for. In recent memory, not total resume, because Khan's resume as a whole totally is good, but in recent performances, he hasn't looked worthwhile in his recent performances. In fact, in his last 4 fights, he's lost 2 of them, one by stoppage. One was controversial, but it's still 2 losses nonetheless. And he had no belt. Guess what? Kell Brook has no belt. But the thing Kell Brook does have, which makes the situation different, is Mayweather is the mega star. We know he's the highest paid athlete. He's the cash cow currently in boxing. So you're trying to get on his level with no belt, shitty recent performances, or lackluster subpar performances. Definitely nothing like your Paulie Malignaggi performance or anything like that. And you have no belt to bring to the line. You've never fought at welterweight. And some of you motherfuckers are making a case for why that fight should happen. Yet, when Kell Brook wants a fight and he's openly calling him out, and Mayweather is, or excuse me, Eddie Hearn is putting the money out, saying, hey, I'll offer you this amount of money to fight. Then you're like, oh, Kell Brook's a bum. He hasn't fought anybody. That fight makes no sense. How the fuck does it make sense? How doesn't it make sense? They're both fighters from the UK. Kell Brook, actually, in his last fight with Senchenko, I believe did better numbers than Amir Khan's last fight with Julio Diaz. Check that out. And if I'm wrong, correct me and show me the link to the article. But I'm pretty sure Kell Brook had a better turnout. And the money's there. Like I said, that's not even an issue. You're hanging your whole argument on the fact that he hasn't beat anyone possibly in the future. And this is what Amir Khan tweeted. Fighting Brook won't get me the Floyd fight. Fighting Broner, Guerrero, Alexander, Porter will. world level. So the fuck, Guerrero, Guerrero, who just took a loss, and I'm not saying it's a good fight because I like Robert Guerrero. He's from the Bay and he represents the Bay like me. And the fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter, Guerrero lost in his last fight, had 2 fights at welterweight, and he's been MIA ever since the Mayweather loss. So fighting Guerrero, it must be an option that they're really leaning towards because he threw that out there. But how is fighting Guerrero going to be the end all be all? But fighting Kell Brook, an undefeated fighter from your region, isn't. Like, come on, man. It just doesn't make sense. And Amir Khan also tweeted this. If Adrien Broner wants it, let's do it. Maidana knocked him down twice. I'll knock him out. So you got a guy who moved up 2 weight classes or whatever in Adrien Broner. He had a performance with Paulie Malignaggi. I thought he beat Paulie Malignaggi by the skin of his teeth. It was a very close fight. I think really what gave Broner the win is he came on in the mid to late rounds and he kept that pace and he was landing some impactful shots. Whereas Paulie started early and he looked like he was fading and fatiguing and getting worked a little bit towards the middle to the end. But it was a close fight nonetheless. Anyone can't really dispute that. And it was a split decision victory for Adrien Broner. He got Paulie Malignaggi's belt. And then he lost his second fight at welterweight. So you're pressing for a Broner fight with probably you'll make less money in that fight than fighting Kell Brook in the UK. All because of Kell Brook isn't established. You know what I'm saying? Like, Broner isn't established at welterweight. He had 2 fights and both of them were a struggle for him. So he's not even necessarily in the public's mind a full-fledged. So you think beating Broner is the new Berto. You know what I mean? That's your ticket to Mayweather. And who are you to say what the fuck performance is going to get you a Mayweather fight? Timothy Bradley wasn't like, oh, if I beat this guy and this guy, I get the Pacquiao. None of this shit is guaranteed. It's business. If you look good in fights, all you have to do as a fighter and not be a fucking prima donna is fight the fights. Fight the people in front of you. Look good in doing it. Train your ass off. And, you know what I mean, maybe even call some people out here and there, whoever you want to fight. And that's it. And all you have to do is win, string up some wins, and that's it. It's not your obligation or your job to determine what fighters will grant you a Mayweather payday because nothing's guaranteed. And it's funny that Amir Khan, you don't want to fight Kell Brook even though he's calling you out. Kell Brook even said, I know for a fact I'll knock him out. I want the fight. It's a massive fight. I know for a fact it will live up to the talk. It will be a mega fight when it happens. Just give me him. Just give me him. He's calling you out. And your best excuse is, oh no, he's not ready. I'm on a different level. And then I noticed in his tweet, you didn't call out Keith Thurman. Why not call him out? That's a ticket to Mayweather. So you think he's undefeated? I'm just saying, if you want to make a statement, taking the person's L is taking their soul in boxing, especially when Kell Brook has 31 fights. He's still undefeated. And trust me, he hasn't fought world-class opponents. I'm not saying anything like that. But Kell Brook is a rated fighter. He's within the top 10 of welterweights. And he's a rated fighter. It's a money fight. And if you think he's so shitty, fight him. And get that over with. Get that massive payday. Knock him out or whatever you feel you'll do. And that's it. Instead, you're talking about Guerrero, who's coming off a loss and fucking did the Machiavelli and disappeared, faked his own death and shit. And you're talking about fighting him next. Alexander, who just got stomped by Porter. Now you want to go back to Devon Alexander? Get the fuck out of here. Now you want to go back to Devon Alexander when you had your opportunity in December and you pulled out because you thought you were getting, I'm in the Mayweather sweepstakes, y'all. And then you didn't get the fight? Come on, man. Like, I don't see it. Or even an Adrien Broner fight. I would like the fight. I would watch the fight because it's an entertaining fight. But you're trying to discredit Kell Brook, who, again, doesn't have a solid resume at welterweight. I've never said that. I've never said, oh, he's Miguel Cotto or DeMarcus Corley even with the resume. But he's hungry. He's calling you out. It's a money fight. You have the chance to stop an undefeated fighter in his tracks like Mayweather has done time and time again. Diego Corrales, Canelo, Ricky Hatton. You have the opportunity to do that and make a huge statement and make a lot of money, a shit ton of money in the Kell Brook fight, and you don't want to. and you're throwing out names like Guerrero, Alexander, who are both off losses, or Adrien Broner, who has not really even had any great performances at welterweight, and is coming off another loss. So three of the motherfuckers you name are off a loss. Where's Keith Thurman? Where's one time's name? Beat him. Beat Kell Brook. Beat Shawn Porter. I mean, beat some of the guys of relevance. If you want the Mayweather fight, this shit is like earned, not given. You're not gonna just get a Mayweather fight fighting, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's considered washed up or whatever. Mayweather likes his money and he likes his business. So if it don't make business sense, then it don't make Mayweather sense. He's not going to do it. So I think Khan really should focus on just winning the fights in front of him. Stop talking. Just stop talking. You're talking, and you sound foolish right now. And this is just a heart to heart to Khan. Just fight the fights, man. Like, even a Lamont Peterson fight, I would watch it. The first one was grossly entertaining. I don't think that gives you the Mayweather shot. If you fight Peterson at a catchweight, because I don't think Khan wants to go back down to 40. If you fight him at a catchweight, how does that signify that you're ready for the Mayweather fight? Or, you know what I mean? I don't think, especially when a lot of people thought you won the first one, that is not a big enough statement to me. You're fighting a guy at a catchweight who's never fought at welterweight. Could be a good fight. The first fight was close. I'm just not seeing the Khan's vision. Fighting guys off losses and non-established guys at welterweight, and you think that's your ticket to Mayweather, but Kell Brook is just totally out of the question. That sounds like ducking to me, man. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. It's kind of like when you're trying to establish credit. When you first turn 18 or whatnot, you're trying to get a credit card. Nobody wants to give you a credit card because they say you don't have any credit history. So when the credit lenders are trying to judge your credit worthiness, they don't know if you're a risk. They don't know if they're going to get their money back or not because you have no established history. So the problem being is it's hard because a lot of times you'll get shot down for a credit card when you apply because no one has given you an opportunity. Same thing with fucking Kell Brook. Kell Brook, maybe he's a bum. Maybe he'll go on to do good things and become one of UK's best. He has 30 fights. He's probably like 27, I think. And he's looking in the radar for a title shot, and he wants to get it. The things didn't work out with Devon Alexander fight. Both of them had injuries, etc. And now Devon doesn't have the belt. So he's calling Khan out. He's trying to get those big money fights. If you don't give him an opportunity, then we'll never know. I mean, you can always say, oh, he'll never amount to nothing. So you have to look at like Floyd Mayweather and Hernandez. Like, that was the one that put him on the map in terms of like, okay, he's a world-class opponent. He beat Guerrero Hernandez. And every fighter, elite fighter that I know of in the past, they've had that rising, passing of the torch type moment. Oscar De La Hoya beat Chavez Sr., and that was like one of those moments for him, like, oh, this dude is a real deal. And if you don't give him that opportunity, then we don't know. We could always say he's a bum and he never fought nobody. If when he's trying to fight somebody, you shoot him down and say it's not good enough or he can't fuck with me. Even Mikey Garcia, I had him beating Orlando Salido. I did my prediction video. Go back to look at the video. Don't take my word for it. People were like, you're full of shit, ego. You don't know Salido's a warrior, which is true. He is a warrior, but I do know what I'm talking about. Predicted Mikey Garcia to win, and he did win. And he knocked him down 4 times, which nobody expected. And my point being, Mikey Garcia was he was over 20 fights into his career when he fought Salido, and that was what everyone was saying. He ain't fought nobody. He hasn't fought nobody. And when he did fight somebody, it was Salido. That was his big step-up challenge, and he passed with flying colors, knocking the game and tough Salido down and experienced Salido down 4 times. And he rose to the occasion, and he's been on the incline up ever since, fighting the Rocky Martinez, the Carlos Borgoses, and different people. And now he might get a Gamboa Garcia. So he's been slowly, and then he got that big fight, and it's been like, you know what I mean, full speed ahead. Same thing with Danny Garcia. Eric Morales gave Danny Garcia everything. he needs to send a thank you card to Eric Morales, because everything Danny Garcia has, the fucking rap career, if you want to call it that, the selling T-shirts and the Swift and his dad being super famous, Angel Garcia and all that, that comes partly from Eric Morales. Not saying it doesn't come from Danny Garcia's own hard work and amateur experience and everything, but the gateway to those things was Eric Morales, and he passed that test. And then it's been just a deal with maintaining and keep showing up. So if Kell Brook doesn't have those opportunities, if he's not afforded the opportunity, then we'll never get to see where he's at. You know what I mean? That's like saying Gary Russell Jr., he ain't fought nobody. But who's to say he can't beat any of the top guys? We don't know. I don't know where his chin's at because I haven't seen him fight the top guys. But some of the top guys have declined to fight, like Johnny Gonzalez didn't want to fight him. And Gary Russell Jr. didn't want to fight Ponce de Leon. So who knows? You know what I mean? But it's easy. That's like an easy scapegoat to avoid people when you just say, oh, they haven't fought nobody. And where's your starting point? Where do you start? If no one gives you the opportunity, where the fuck do you start? Let me know what you guys think. Amir Khan, his recent statements. Kell Brook, why didn't he call out Keith Thurman? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video's Ego signing off.